All right, guys, we are live again on a Friday. Had a little bit of trouble paying a bill, so I'm a little bit later than I would rather be. Had technology issues, we'll call it. Probably my fault. In any case, as we are now live, I must go ahead and do the shameless plug for the Chris the Dude Nurse Facebook page. If you feel like joining the Facebook page, it looks something like this. We've changed the banner to the new banner. That's the one on YouTube. I am getting myself a hoodie with this logo on it. I'm actually excited about that. Can't wait for that to happen. But in any case, we're going to go ahead and do that soon. And if you want to join the Facebook page, go ahead and join. You can message me, and I do my very best to message you back on the Facebook Messenger, whatever it may be. You don't have to, no pressure. But if you want to, it's always there. Excuse me. Got a little bit of stuff in my throat. We here in North Carolina, along with a bunch of the other parts of the United States, have experienced the craziest stinking winter. And the other day, the snow washed away the pollen. Yes, that is a correct statement. The snow washed away the pollen. Today is a cold day, cold rainy day, but it was like 80 degrees 2 weeks ago. So we've had a crazy winter here in North Carolina. It's done a lot of things to people's allergies and whatever else it may be, but definitely made me a little bit get choked up and cough a little bit. So today, just plain regular fruit punch Kool-Aid. No crazy lemon lime mango, nothing like that. I know that the lemon lime mango is a big favorite, but it's not here today. You know, it is what it is. I normally, excuse me, try to look up healthcare related news or nursing related news, things like that. But the problem I've been having is this banking crisis has taken all my attention, so I have no healthcare related news whatsoever. What is up, Tun? Good to see you today. But that has taken up all of my time. I've also gotten myself caught up in the Murdoch trials, the Alex Murdoch. And yeah, he's been found convicted, but I don't know about that kid that got killed back in like 2015, I believe, like a little while ago. Like, why did he get killed? You know, gotta know these things. Excuse me. Like I said, the weather down here has been dreadful, whatever it wants to be. The weather is just making up its own mind as it goes. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm worried about this. Excuse me. Like I said, worried about this banking crisis, whatever it is, and sort of the effect that it's going to have on healthcare. Now, in 08, which is what everybody keeps comparing this to, I was not in nursing. I was not yet in nursing. I did go to school very soon thereafter, but the healthcare industry weathered it through that one. I'm a little bit concerned about how we're going to weather it through this one, but I think as a whole, healthcare is going to be fine. I think that what's going to happen is healthcare is going to certain parts of healthcare is going to take a hit. Not necessarily like specialized nursing, but excuse me, certain elective career, if you're in an elective surgery type thing, something like that. I think those may take a hit. But, we'll see. I do know that there are companies such as my own, or not necessarily my own company, but companies that have begun to look into the mobile healthcare field, where basically they drive like a bus or a van or something like that and sort of make house calls to people. Some industries that's going to work. In substance abuse, I don't think that's going to work. But in some industries that will probably work. When COVID very, very, very first hit, March 2020, we did our very best to sort of meet with all of our patients and meet the requirements with our patients and things like that. And mobile healthcare came up at that moment in time, but it has since they since decided not to do mobile healthcare. However, looking right here on this NPR news article, they're saying that mobile clinics on wheels are becoming more and more of a thing. This is an NPR article that I'm going to take a look at while we're on the live stream. I have my opinions on the mobile healthcare. I want to see what this article really says before I get too involved in my opinions, I should say. Because I can have a wrong opinion about what this article says, but in some industries in healthcare, I do believe that the mobile sort of healthcare would work, especially if you're going to like a school, a large place of gathering. Not necessarily every industry in healthcare can benefit from a mobile office. But let's see what this article has to say. It's like, I don't know that you could have a primary care. You could probably have like a very basic primary care, maybe an urgent care. For an urgent care mobile van or mobile office. But you couldn't do. They couldn't do x-rays or anything like that, but at least locally, a lot of urgent cares don't do x-rays. A lot of urgent cares are like quick doctors, or if you can't get an appointment anywhere else, you come there. But you'd almost have to have a bathroom, and you'd almost have to have a lab in your mobile doctor's office, so you'd have to get like an old RV or something, a small RV. And your waiting room would drastically suffer. In any case, let's see what they have to offer here. Excuse me, what NPR has to say about these mobile doctor's offices. This is they say. Yeah, 12 years ago, a substance abuse nonprofit in Nevada started this. Now, I will say, a lot of people will probably disagree with me or whatever. A lot of when I say our substance abuse, a lot of our substance abuse trial things, for whatever reason, take place in Nevada. In substance abuse, it seems like everything takes place in Nevada. It's it just does. They were like the first ones to start like 24-hour care and things like that, because my facility does not offer there's always someone present, but there's not medical care 24 hours a day at my facility, if that makes sense. But Nevada started that. The 24-hour sort of substance abuse care thing. Without giving too much information, I'm doing a terrible job of explaining that. In any case, back to Nevada. Excuse me. Started with a dental van, which makes sense. Yeah, makes sense that they would start with a dental van. That's something that does not require typically does not require lab values. No one's going to have to pee in a cup to get a drug screen back, or a urine culture, things like that. So starting it as a dental van, yes, I could definitely see it. Optometrists would probably also benefit from this as well. The eye people, the audiologist, they would probably benefit from it. I'm not so sure if an ENT could do a mobile doctor's office. Maybe for like very, very basic visits, you could do an ENT mobile van. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, I could see that. But let's move on further in the article. But I could definitely see how a dentist office would be good. You'd have to meet somewhere, though. I would imagine, bring it closer to people. I don't think you could go straight to their house. But let's continue on and let's see what it says. Want to go to low-income rural residents? Yes, that makes sense, because a lot of people that live rurally, there's actually more rural poverty in the country than there is urban poverty in the country, which is a stat that a lot of people don't think about. But there's more rural poverty. And there's also more shortages of medical care for rural residents. Ooh, it's hard for me to say there. Let's see here. We're just talking about the dentist. Mobile units are beginning to bring behavioral health. This so let me pause here. They are beginning to bring behavioral health. This is something that I think has been sort of kicked around a lot, not here lately, but just a lot in general, is like a mobile mental crisis sort of team, which I completely agree with. I heard a story, someone was arguing that we need mobile mental crisis, we need it more readily available. This person was discussing to be for it because their sister was in a mental health crisis at the time and had grabbed a hammer, but was not like, wasn't being aggressive. It was just having a terrible mental health day. Had grabbed a hammer and walked in somewhere and sat down with the hammer, sort of catatonically. The police showed up and it escalated from there, and the woman ended up being killed because she had a weapon in her hand. I do believe that a mobile mental health crisis provider, or maybe not even a provider, but a team, maybe a nurse and a caseworker, or something like that, along with the police, could have helped in that situation. The police are very good and they do very good work, but I believe that maybe someone could have helped with that. Don't have any proof of that, but I believe that they could have. I've seen people have mental health crises, and I am not the best trained for it. I'm not the best person for them. But I've seen people who are much better at it than myself, that sort of was able to provide comfort to that person and sort of alleviate the mental health crisis, which was good. So I'm definitely for the mental health aspect of this article as I continue to read. Let me... If you're just joining me, I'm reading an article from NPR, and I just read about the mobile behavioral health. And it does say primary care. Bringing primary care, behavioral health, and reproductive services for out-of-the-way patients. I do believe certain reproductive services could be utilized through these mobile vans, but I don't think that primary care. I just don't think primary care could be done mobily. I just don't think there's enough to do it mobily with a primary care, because you'd have to have a bathroom for urine cultures, and you'd have to have a lab. Even if you're doing a basic yearly physical, you get labs drawn. So I don't think that excuse me, I don't think that you could do that in a mobile van, a mobile doctor's office. But I could be wrong. Let's move on a little bit further on the article here. Of course, this is dependent upon what Congress says. A lot of this is going to depend on, and I hate to say it, a lot of if the mobile doctor's offices get approved or whatever. Excuse me. And I hate to say it like this. Will depend on if they're profitable or not. As much as a hospital system is going to say to you, we're here for the patient, if you're not here for the patient, you need to go, things like that. At the same time, if a particular unit is an elective unit, which is what this would be, this is not a required thing. I imagine, there's not a law requiring every doctor's office to have a mobile clinic. So if it's elective and it costs more than it's worth, the hospital systems just aren't going to pick it up. So that's unfortunate that the hospital systems are going to are going to let it go. What is this? Reduces the voice of what? Reduces the voice of commentary when he hit a home run. Okay. I don't quite understand sing what that means, but okay. In any case, I just don't think that these things will have to be some sort of Medicaid, Medicare, maybe even VA funded sort of things, because these big hospital systems are not going to let that stand. If it's costing, you got to pay so many staff, one staff to drive, one staff to be provider, one staff to be nurse. You could, in essence, probably do it with 3 staff members, probably like an MOA, a nurse, and a provider. Assuming that your nurse has phlebotomy skills, and your nurse has, skills to do all the tasks that are sort of done by other people in the doctor's office. But you'd have to have an MOA to do like all the billing and things like that. I don't understand sing. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what Shuhi on Tommy commentary. And I don't know what that is. So sorry, I don't know. So no. In any case, this mobile doctor's office will have to get funding. And then right here it says, let me go ahead and highlight it before the article says nearly 1,400 federal qualified health centers nationwide receive federal funding for providing comprehensive health services in underserved areas. Previous requirement that health centers establish brick and mortar clinics before expanding mobile clinics prevented many from applying. So it looks like they are going to begin to get sort of federal funding for it. Okay, all right, I can see it. And Nevada is, of course, like 70% rural or something like that. It's like the most rural state in the union, I believe. It's the most government-owned land is in Nevada or something like that. Nevada's not very populated outside of Reno and Vegas. Those two are very populated. Anyways, let's go back to looking at the what we can do about the article. Dental events, they've been doing that for a little bit because the dentist goes to my kid's school. I think they came to my school when I was younger too. Which dental was, one that could be, easily found out. Now, if what is it, American Red Cross, a lot of times they set up in like gyms and stuff. Now, if you could set up, like if you could go to a rural high school, a lot of people can get to a rural high school. If you can get to a rural high school and set up like an all-day clinic, that would be pretty cool too. I know a lot of controversy revolves around the COVID vaccine, but when I got my COVID vaccine, I was actually in a stadium. So a lot of rural areas have at least something like a high school or something like that, or even put up a big tent. That'd be all right too, I think, if you could do it. Take you 2 days to set it up, and then 1 day to work it, and then 2 days to tear it down. Excuse me. That'd be all right. Let's see, where are we at here in our news article? People are hoping that we get health care. Now, one thing with the COVID, which ruined a bunch of stuff, is that I lost my train of thought already that quickly. The COVID sort of like scared people from the doctor. Excuse me. Like people, at least a lot in the beginning, were like, oh, I really don't want to go to the hospital, because the only people going to the hospital are dying from COVID. Because everybody thought that you died in the hospital from COVID. From the images of the New York City trucks that they were using as like morgues, like makeshift morgues. And so a lot of places took a big hit from that. They've sort of recovered since then. It's been 2.5, 3 years, depending upon where you are. A lot of places have sort of recovered from that in the last 3 years, but still it's not the best. But if you get those people that just don't go anywhere, we call them shut-ins. If you get an old shut-in or something, you could definitely see them and get them the medical care that they need. Heaven's sakes, struggling today. It's these danged old allergies. In any case, I mean, I'm definitely for the medical mobile medical care in certain areas. Not every. I don't believe that every industry needs a mobile van to drive around everywhere. I just don't think so. But I don't. That's just me. Like I said, I don't think substance abuse would be a good one to have a mobile van. Dennis Jess. Oh, let me stretch out real big. I didn't used to like stretching, but as I've gotten older, man, I love it. Oof. Get them big stretches out. Let's see what else we got up here related to the news. Might be some more up here. Google enhances healthcare info. There is nothing worse. There is nothing worse than someone, this is my opinion, than someone who Googles every single thing about their healthcare information. Like, you don't even gotta tell them, that they'll Google their symptoms. And they're like, oh yeah, Google says I have cancer. Like, no. Did you get lab values? Did you get, do you know your lab values? Do you know any of these informations? And they're like, no, but I typed in my symptoms here on Google, and this is what it told me. Yeah, it makes sense that Google's gonna tell you have a terrible cancer or something like that. Nothing worse than someone who Googles everything, and it's just ugh. But Google enhancing healthcare info. Excuse me. Let me read again. Google enhances healthcare info for U.S. searchers. They know everything on Google. I had a teacher years upon years ago who told me that all that a doctor is, and I sort of agree with her. I didn't at the time, but I do now. She said all that a doctor is a glorified guess and checker. I was like, that makes no sense. And then I got to thinking about it, later on in life. And I was like, wow. After I get this yawn out, I was like, wow, that is exactly right. A doctor is just a glorified guess and checker. Like, they may know the answer, but they may not. And so they just sort of guess and then check it. They're like, I think you have an ear infection. Let me check your ears. Ta-da! And that's what it is. So they are very good at guess and checking. Makes sense. Forgive me, I'm a little bit tired today. Shouldn't be. I haven't done anything but work. Let's see. I don't see anything that really stands out. But I think it's okay. Shoot fire. There we go. Doing sort of multitasking at work. We're condensing down. We're our unit is shrinking as far as space, but staying the same as far as people go. So I did some moving today. Oh, excuse me. And I am tired from it. Just sleepy from doing the moving with the changes that are happening at work. So it's a lot of fun to be in scrubs and walking up and down a parking lot with a tow dog with a hand truck. But so much fun there. Had a guy from work with me. He was from Zambia. He called it a trolley. He said, "Let me grab the trolley." Like, what in the world is a trolley? Talking about the hand truck? But a little bit tired today from driving the hand trucks and trying to get everything moved around and whatnot. So I think it's weighing on me for sure. Ugh. So we have softball tournament this weekend. Change the subject. Complete change the subject. We have softball tournament this weekend. And we would like to figure out what to do. Me and Courtney. We would like to figure out what to do about going live over the summer. Because, going live over the summer is going to be a little bit different simply because the girls are home. Right now that I get home from work, the girls are still in school. They'll be there for another, now they'll be there for another 20 minutes or so. And I might have to go get them. I need to leave actually here in the next about 8 minutes, but or at least get ready to leave in here about the next 8 minutes. But over summer, I don't know what we're going to do. So hopefully maybe live streams after work or so, like say 5 or 6 o'clock. That would be okay with me. But the problem would be I got to get the girls to let me do the live stream without busting up in here and screaming and hollering. And one of them likes to do the ASMR, so she likes to get really close to the microphone like that and sort of make like clicking sounds or like scratchy sounds. Like I can't do it. I could not do the ASMR video watching thing. It makes my my ears hurt and then like the back of my neck. If that makes sense to anybody. When you watch the ASMR videos, it just like, I can actually like sort of feel it right now. It is not fun for me to watch those ASMR videos. I'm not sure if anybody else has ever run into that before, but my middle child loves them. Ugh. But we're going to figure out the live streams over the summers when the girls come out of school. We'll figure it up, later whenever it's time for them to be here. Excuse me. I am just not awake right now. She was about to say something. But my tiredness got me. But the girls are doing good there. They're playing sports and staying in school, which is all I can ask for. Love it when they stay in school, play sports and whatnot. All right. Got about 5 more minutes. Let's take a look at another article. "13 top healthcare jobs that help people." Well, that could be any healthcare job. That's sort of the point of healthcare, is to help people. It says healthcare study cost cut savings could. Let me reread this. My brain is not wanting to work. Updated study finds that healthcare cost savings could top $22 billion annually with better access to adoption and oral hygiene. Not sure why it says adoption on there. I didn't know that was a. I guess it is a healthcare crisis of some sort, but I was just unaware of it. You know, not reading that article, but Yahoo News. Come on, Peter. Doesn't want to take the move on button. So I've got, if you watch my elbows, I got psoriasis. I'm gonna show you something gross. Better get ready. This elbow here is my worst, but both of them got it. They burn like crazy, and I'm itching them right now, so I shouldn't itch them. Actually, that elbow did not look that bad, so that's good. But once you start itching them, it's like, man, I can't stop. It's like, dude, I gotta keep on scratching hard to get this out of here. But it happens. It's hereditary. I got it from my mama. Something that happens from time to time. You can't pick your parents, and parents can't pick your children's. What was it? I had a teacher that told us, what was it? He said, you can pick your nose, you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your friend's nose. Something like that. Like there's some things in life you can't pick. You cannot pick your family history. If I could pick my family history, I would have got I would have been rich and attractive. But that didn't happen. It's just one of those things. I sure would have. But side note, I was reading about Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton has a new autobiography that just came out. She's a new mom now and things like that. Well, she's a year or two older than me. Not much older than me. In any case, reading about her going to school and whatnot, and it was she did not shy away from using big words or describing terrible events. In any case, she is a very wealthy individual, and then as a young person, I would say it would have been a lot of fun to be a very wealthy individual growing up. But at the same time, you would have to be a very wealthy individual who sort of had, the upbringing I had. Like, I had a lot of fun when I was growing up. It did not sound like she had a lot of fun growing up. It didn't sound like she had a lot of like regular friends. Everybody sort of has a couple friends in school. It just didn't sound like that's what she had going on. I could be wrong, but it didn't sound like that, which is sort of unfortunate. So yes, as much fun as it would be to be that rich, it didn't sound like it was all fun and games and hanging out with rich, cool people, every day and all day, every day. So, just watching that or reading about that from her. But, it is what it is. I do got to go get my baby children. I got to go pick them up. They'll be done with school here in just a minute, so I've got to go do that. Thank you guys for joining in me here on the live stream today. I did enjoy it. Hope you guys come on back later. I seriously doubt that I will be going live tomorrow. I seriously doubt it because my girls have a softball tournament. And if anybody's ever been to one of those, you know that they take the entire day. So hopefully, maybe there'll be a live stream tomorrow. I don't know. I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. But, who knows? We'll see. But I'll talk to you guys later. Hope it helps.